Well, hey, happy November 2nd to you guys. I am sitting here enjoying a great day, Monday morning, start to a good week, and excited to share with you guys today about some new resources that I have available for you guys. So I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of the Patrick Lencioni's Humble, Hungry, Smart virtues of a team. And so basically he walks through these three virtues that every team needs to have and every ideal team player needs to have. And the three virtues are humble, hungry, and smart. Okay. And so he walks through these: business world, nonprofit, church, ministry, whatever it might be, is that an ideal team player has a healthy balance of all three of those: being humble, being hungry, and being smart. Now, that smart is not necessarily like book smarts. It's really about people smarts. So that their EQ is high, that they have a good working ability to work with people, understand people, all those kinds of things. And so these assessments and these resources I'm about to share with you guys are really powerful, and I've been using them, looking at them, really helpful. So a couple of things is the primary one that I just been using quite a bit is the interview guides. So if you're interviewing somebody for a new role, they are some actual tips, some interview questions with follow-up, kind of suggestions of what you should be looking for in that person's answer to tell you if they are humble, hungry, or smart. Let me grab that real quick. So let me give you a couple samples. Actually, I can show it to you on here. Let's go into here. So here is the ideal team player interview guide for a candidate. All right. So again, the whole idea is humble, hungry, and smart. And the ideal player is actually when they have all three of those kind of healthy balance of those three. Okay. And so let's go down here. Okay. So again, humble. So question: describe your current team. What do you like and dislike? So again, what is the team that you're leading? What is it like? And you're listening, you're watching to, kind of listening to see, are they super critical, negative, not taking any responsibility for themselves? Are they super arrogant? Hey, we're the greatest team. There's no mistakes. There's nothing there. Whatever it might be, you're kind of listening for them. What is your greatest weakness? Again, you're diving in to see how they answer that. Do they beat themselves up? They're just horrible people. Do they kind of express zero weaknesses, that they have no flaws, any of that kind of stuff? So do they have a healthy understanding of who they are, their flaws? Here's one that I think has been really good: is how do you accept apologies, either giving or accepting them, or how do you handle apologies, giving or accepting? So this one's really good. Are they comfortable with giving apologies? Have they grown in that area? Do they receive them well, or they just kind of brush them off? Okay, and then same thing here with hungry. It's going to go through some things. And then smart. What kind of people annoy you the most, and how do you deal with them? I think that's a good question. Okay, and so again, it's looking for an awareness of each of those. Okay, and then so what we'll do is, so this is the page that you go to get that. You just simply type in your email address, and then you'll be given access to all of that information. That you'll get that guide. It's in a printout form, so I have them here, and when I'm interviewing people, I just go ahead and take that out and look for them. You're also going to get a link for a free assessment for you and your team to go ahead and take the assessment to see where you land on each of those three virtues: humble, hungry, smart. And then that assessment kicks you back your results. But then also what it does is it gives you some tips on how to grow in each one of those: how to grow in your humility, how to grow in your hunger, how to grow in being people smart. And would love for you guys to take that. If you want to talk through that, would love to set up a time for us just to kind of talk through that and put some action steps to that. Using this in my coaching, has been really helpful to look at those 3 virtues and say, okay, how can you get better as a team player? And which of those areas do you need to grow in? Is it humility? Is it being people smart? And then we put together some action plans. Here's some books to read. Here's some people to meet with. Here some things for you to do. Some even looking at Enneagram assessments, looking at DISC assessments, and beginning to unpack that even more. And so, okay, here is based on your personality type. Maybe humility is hard for you based on the personality type that you have. And here's some areas where you can grow in that as well. And so looking at those to help. So we'd love to help meet with you guys, maybe meet with your team, go through it as a team and say, okay, here as a team, here are some strengths, some weaknesses of your whole department, your whole team. We'd love to talk to you guys about that. The other thing that you're going to get included in that free is Patrick Lencioni's TED Talk, where he unpacks all 3 of those virtues, talks about the importance of them, and gives just a little bit of insight into kind of how to grow those. Also, you guys can obviously get the book Ideal Team Player by Patrick Lencioni, and unpacks tons of information in there about that. So would love for you guys to download these 3 free resources that I have for you guys on the Ideal Team Player. And what I'm encouraging people to do is to, one, look at these as a supervisor, a team leader. How can you use these to develop your team? Again, if you're a youth pastor, kids pastor, you leave some volunteers. These are great things to lean into in your team meetings as you're leading them, because again, in those team meetings, you want to develop people to be successful in all areas of their life, at home, at work, all kinds of things. And so when they're coming to your team meetings, once a month, once a quarter, whatever it might be, here's an easy way to dive in and give them some good content that'll help them at work or even at home, because ideal team players need to be good at home, they need to be good at work, all that kind of stuff. And so again, this is some good content there. Again, if you're a supervisor, maybe you can do this with the people that you oversee. Maybe you're a family pastor, you oversee kids ministry and youth ministry. This might be a good thing for them to take the assessments and begin to develop some coaching there. Again, if not, I can come and help you guys with that as well. But also, you can kind of reverse engineer this, okay? And do some self-guided coaching, some self-guided personal development, okay? So take the assessment yourself and be brutally honest. Look, I'll tell you that it is super easy to cheat this assessment. Super easy to cheat this assessment, but it's only going to work if you are brutally honest with yourself when you're answering these questions, okay? And I would say if you're a supervisor, you got to really emphasize that this is a safe place for your people to answer those safely, because it's very easy for you to look at these and say, I know what the right answer should be. Okay, but is it really you? And so you're not going to get good results if you answer because you know what the right answer should be, or what you want to be. But you really got to answer these according to what you really are and where you're at if you want to grow. So again, reverse engineer that in order to get some personal development, and just look at them and say, oh man, like humility, I'm really struggling there. Okay, so let me focus in on that and look at the answers. Look at the answers. Look at the questions that it gives you, and you can look at the questions and begin to say, okay, I can grow in that area. So this is a really easy assessment to take it. Look at the answers that you give, and again, be brutally honest, and then reverse engineer it and begin to develop yourself. Put together a coaching plan for yourself to get better as you become an ideal team player for wherever your organization you're working at. Again, I want to encourage you guys, use the link below, renewleadership.org/ideal player. Use that link to get your free resources for the interview question guides, the assessment. Again, take it yourself, give it to your team, whatever it might be. And then also Patrick Lencioni's, I think it's like 20 minutes, 17 minutes, TED Talks about these 3 virtues: how to be humble, how to be hungry, how to be smart. And that, again, that smart is being people smart. All right. So again, I want to encourage you guys, take a look at this. It's free. It's totally free. You just enter in your email address and it'll instantly give you access to that. Would love to hear your thoughts about this. Have you used it? How's it helping you to grow? Would love to hear your thoughts on that. Would love to help you with some coaching to get better at being an ideal team player for yourself or for your team. So hopefully this video has been helpful. See you guys tomorrow when we talk a little bit more and dive in a little bit deeper. Have a great night. We'll see